Hello, everyone. Welcome to Assassin's Blade. Finally, how's everyone doing today? It is Tuesday here in the States, and it is cold again. But I have my heater on. I have my beverage of choice in my Rainbow Bright cup. I have dinner. I have Assassin's Blade. We're ready to go. Um, I I finished Crown of Midnight on either Saturday or Sunday. I think Saturday night I finished it, or maybe Sunday morning. I can't remember. Um, but we'll get into that in a second because I already see some questions about it. Started Vikingathon yesterday and having a fabulous time with the book I picked for that. Um, in fact, let me update my pages. Oh, I'll do that over here. I tried to color match the book, but I don't think I did a very good job because depending on the lighting, it's either like teal or like a greenish color. But nonetheless, all right. So this book has my copy has 435 pages. So let's update that and keep that rolling. Um, I'm so ready to read and sprint with y'all tonight. I've been looking forward to this all day long. Jessi will not be joining us. She is under the weather, unfortunately. But here in the comments, as you can see, um, one question that I have while we're chatting: do you guys want 45-minute sprints or an hour sprints? I don't really care either way, but I probably will be tired towards the end, regardless. So y'all just let me know what you want tonight. And let's find a focus. You know what? I'm just going to do maybe a forest. All right, we'll do this one. For tonight, let's see. Yeah, I think that's my update. All right, let's see who's here. Jessi popped in early. Hi, guys. Sorry, I'm not on screen today. In bed. Have Assassin's Blade both physically and audio. We'll see how much I actually get done. I need to check. I have not. It did not come in as of yesterday. My audio from the library, and it just says available soon. One person waiting per copy. I am number, I think 11 now, maybe 12. All right, let's see. I am it's just spinning. Oh, number 5. Okay. So maybe I'll have it by Thursday. When I looked Sunday, I was still number 12. So I've moved up to number 5 at this point. So I'm just going to be reading physically tonight as well. And we'll be slow. So I may not get all of the chapters done. I don't even know how many are in this book now. Oh gosh, are they not numbered? Sarah, what are you doing? Oh, this is the okay. This is that like part 1, part 2, and then the chapters start over that Jessi was talking about. All right, well, I'll figure that out in the first sprint. Give you guys a breakdown if you need it. I might have to do page counts, but we'll see. So anyway, I'll be slow tonight, which is fine. So we have 2 full weeks to do it, and we'll get into it. Jessi says she might be a slow reader today too. Going out to the doctors has taken a lot out of me. Make sure you're getting some rest, friend. Hey, Denise, how are you? Denise is here. Hope you feel better, Jess. No, thank you. Yes, definitely virtual healing kitties for Jessi tonight. Okay, this is where the questions come in. Did I finish Crown of Midnight, and what did you rate it? So I initially rated it 4.5 stars. I've had some time to think about it, but I also want to put my notes in my little notebook that I'm keeping, and kind of like refresh my memory on a couple of things. I think I'm going to land at somewhere between 4.5 and 4.75. It's not a 5-star for me because I'm angry. I'm not angry, but I'm like annoyed. But it's also a 4.75 probably because I'm annoyed. But I want to refresh my memory on a couple of things that happened at the end, but I'm mad about a couple of characters. I'm mad. I'm mad about a couple of some ways some things went down. I'm annoyed. I'm not gonna keep saying I'm mad. I'm annoyed at the way a few things went down. I'm annoyed at how Miss Sarah did some of the characters dirty. But I love the fact that she was able to do that to me, if that makes sense. So it's definitely up there for sure. I, like most of you who have talked about this in various sprints and discords, I don't have high hopes for this one, but I'm excited to learn more about her past. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, I will probably land at a 4.75, to be honest. Lexi's going to start this one tonight. Currently getting dinner cooked. Stuffed shells. Lovely. I am having leftover chili from last night. I wanted chili really bad, and my husband was the only other person that wanted it. So I have a lot left over because I don't know how to make small batches anymore. And I was like, it reheats really well. So it worked out. And Mary's here. How are you, Mary? Mary is reading Sounds of Yesterday. Awesome. Mary's voted. I'm so sorry. I just drank some soda and the carbonation is sitting here. Mary's voting for 45. Perfect. Denise has the Audible. Oh, okay. Oh, it's not the 28th. I was going to say I could get it on Amazon Music, but I can't get another one until the 28th. Lexi says either is fine with me. First sprint is going to be finishing cleaning, and getting dinner around for me. Perfect. Denise has it on audio. Yep, perfect. And I've enjoyed the tandem read. So the immersive reading on these, but I'm going to start with just physical and see how it goes, and then just wait for the audio. And Ashley joined us. Hi, Ashley. How are you? What's going on tonight? Lexi says, with as many siblings as I have, I never learned to cook small batches of anything. Yeah. There's certain things like soups and chili and things like that I have a hard time cooking smaller batches for, but luckily that kind of stuff freezes well and reheats well. So it's all good. All right. Let's share focus. I have the book up there, but it's definitely blending in. That's okay. All right, so I have 45 minutes already on the clock. 45 minutes on the clock. Hey, Casey, how are you? What's going on? There was something that you said the other day that at the end of a sprint that I was going to comment on at one point. I don't remember. Maybe about a birthday. Yes, it was about a birthday. Hello to everyone from Casey. Casey's working on a page count challenge game. 58 pages to go. Oh, tell me more. Mary saying hi to Casey. All right, let's do some quick math here. I said 435, right? $435 divided by 14. Is that going to be right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 12 plus 7 is 12, 13, 4. Oh, yeah, look at me doing math. 435 divided by 14 days is 31 pages a day. Okay, that's doable. We got this. 31. That would put us at chapter 5 for today. So we'll plan on chapter 5. And I undid my star. Casey says, darn it, you will remember. I think it was something about a birthday. I'm pretty sure. On Alicia's sprints. Hey, Mary from Casey. Glenda says, hi there, Jen and everyone. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I did wear my green today so that I wouldn't get pinched. I did wear green to work. I wore a green puffer vest. And then I had this on when I was coaching the run team this afternoon. And I guess that's not really a thing anymore where you like pinch people if they're not wearing green. Either that or people are nicer than they were in the 90s. But no one said anything about the girls not wearing green. I did. I didn't pinch anyone, but I said, haha, you're wearing green. You're not going to get pinched today. Casey says, a page I follow has it on her community page. Let me look for the correct channel name. Cool. I like a good, like, structured reading plan. Wait, hold on. I'm trying not to cheat. Oh my goodness. It literally just lost me because we've been talking about you for like the past 3 weeks about your comments. Anyway, hello. Please excuse my brain today. How's it going? It's either Jenny or... Oh my gosh. It's going to kill me. It's not really going to kill me, but... Okay, I'm going to come back to it. I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Bambi reads books. Oh, nice. Cool. I will start that. Coffee is tired, but trying to find mojo so I can make some great progress before Netflix and chill time. Excellent. We've been watching The Lincoln Lawyer, which I know it's several seasons out, but it's really good. And then I picked up The Lincoln Lawyer for my first book for Vikingathon, and it is equally as fantastic. I love it. Hey to Glenda from Mary. Has anyone seen any movies based on books where the movie was as good as the book? Okay, so unpopular opinion. You know what? I'm gonna remove this because this is definitely an unpopular opinion. But for me, that was Where the Crawdads Sing. I thought the movie was as good as the book. I think the Lincoln Lawyer show is as good as the book. The Help for me was the book was as good as the movie. What else? Okay, wait. I figured this out. You're Jenny, and Coffee's spine is Angie. Please tell me I'm right. So The Help, Where the Crawdads Sing, The Lincoln Lawyer. What else have I seen that I really liked the movie for, or read that I really liked the movie for? I mean, obviously, like Hunger Games, their movies are equally as good as the books. Casey's saying hi to Glenda. If I think of more, I'll let you know. Jenny, I'm hoping, saying hi to Glenda. Jessie's here. Mom decided to call just as we started. No worries. I'm trying to get my brain connection to connect and remember that this is, I think, Jenny, and Coffee Spine is Angie or Angela or something similar. I think the problem is the two of you, like, I saw the two of you at the same, like, similar time frames, and because both of you have coffee in your name, I'm getting confused. Let's see. Coffee says hi to Glenda. Oh, we already read that one. I think that's right. But someone confirm. Casey says Interview with the Vampire movie is just as good as the book. I've actually, the one with Tom Cruise, I think I've seen parts of that, but I've never read the book. Jessi says actually the color match is pretty good. Sorry, just catching up. No worries. Yeah, I kind of went back and forth on it because, like, in this lighting now, it looks almost like a teal, like a bluish teal. But when I didn't have the overhead light on and it was just like natural light, it looked green, more green. So I'm gonna roll with it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I did Google to see what the CYMK version is, and it didn't give me anything. So we're gonna go with it. And then Mary says the original Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier is as good as the book. I love this book. I love Rebecca. The Scarlet Letter movie with Winona Ryder was really good, and I really enjoyed that book as well. So hopefully that gave you some starting points. Coffee. All right. Let us star Mary's comment as our official last comment, and we will do 45 minutes. I'll do 3 of them tonight, just because we're getting started a little bit later, because our time changed, and trying to keep in sync with Jessie's time zone, and then hers is going to change in the next week or so. So, I think we're going to land on the Eastern Seaboard for now, or Eastern time zone for now, is around this 7 o'clock time. Okay. Everybody ready? I'm going to turn camera off during the first little bit so that I can eat, but I promise you I'll be reading, and hopefully we can get 31 pages done in the next 3 sprints. All right, ready, set, let's sprint. Happy sprinting. All right, welcome back. How did everyone do? I had dinner and it was delicious. Um, sorry, I'm just writing down this last sentence. And then I got a wild hair idea to pay my car off and then didn't because I knew I could use that money towards higher interest debt. And then I read a chapter. So, overall, I can't talk and write at the same time, apparently. Overall, it was very good, very productive. How did everyone else do? I started writing some more notes from Crown of Midnight in my notebook. Yeah. This book is I know this is so random, but this book is very heavy to be a paperback. I'm assuming it's just because of how lengthy it is, but it is like weight wise quite heavy. So I was finding myself like figuring out the best way to hold it. That's probably where an ebook would come in handy, I guess. But anyway, I know that was random. Okay, and I definitely did not put the first sprint banner on there. Sorry about that. All right, let's see how everyone else did. So we had some folks joining us. We ended here. Jenny was asking for recommendations for books where the movie was just as good as the book. And we ended with Mary suggesting Rebecca. And Glenda says, Jenny, Lola, or Casey, Jessi, Mary, Lexi, Denise, and Ashley. And I said, thank you, Glenda, for confirming that it was, in fact, Jenny. Coffee was, in fact, Jenny. And then Jessi was going back through the chatty bit, the initial chatty bit, and says it's not a 5-star for me because I'm angry. Listen. It's not a 5-star because I'm annoyed, but it's also more than a 4.5 because she annoyed me. So I feel like that's fair. And I said, what can I say? She did some of those characters dirty, and I stand by that. Maybe not them themselves, but anyway, I can't wait to talk about this one. I'm a little sad we're waiting till the end of the month, but maybe I'll have enough like pent up opinion about it. It'll make a great first segment to that dual conversation. Alicia popped in, just joining, working on reading journal pages and then cleaning off her desk in hopes that she can read more tonight. Also, happy St. Patty's Day. Jessi says to Jenny for her Rex, Queen of the Damned is better than the book, but Jessi's biased because she hated the book. Yes, and I had said Hunger Games too. I think those movies and those books are equally fantastic. And Jessi also says Divergent was as good as the books. I have the books, but I didn't realize that was a movie or a series, like a movie series. Ooh, that's a good one too. Eat, Pray, Love. That's a very good one. Jessi also really enjoyed The Giver, which maybe isn't quite as good as the book, but it is still really good. And then the Percy Jackson series is good. Jessi says it's fantastic and sticks very close plot-wise to the books. And Jessi can't remember anything else. And so Denise got Daggermouth on the 10th of this month. The paperback is so floppy, and I was looking for the last 4 books in Walmart, and I could not find it, but found the paperback box set of ACOTAR. Nice. I tried to put my ACOTAR books back in the thing right here, and they don't fit anymore. I don't know how they came in that box, but they don't fit back in that box. It's a mystery. So I'm probably going to, and the other thing I'm upset about, again, not mad, just annoyed, is that the next 2 books are both hardback, coming out initially as hardback. So that's going to be fun to have a mismatched set, but we'll figure it out. I'm not waiting for the paperback to come out to read that book. Jenny says, just catching up with the chat, puppy distractions. Oh, right. You were fostering for a while, right? Or got new puppies or fostering. Weren't you fostering for a little while? Do I remember that right? Thanks for all the suggestions about movies. Glenda's saying hi to Alicia. Alicia says hi back to Glenda. And confirming yes, Jenny. Listen, that was a whole thing, and I'm sorry. Some people call me by my initials, JL. Either way is fine. I remembered this because I did remember this after you said it, because my best friend that lives in Canada, he lives in Vancouver, he always called me JL. He always called me JL because he used to call me Jenny Louise, even though my middle name is not Louise. So he would call me Jenny Louise, and then when he signs cards or sends an email, he'll say like JL and then blah 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 and then his name. So it was funny that when I remembered you saying that, I was like, oh right, because Todd calls me JL too. Hey Raven, how are you? Stopping by to hug the like button. Well, I appreciate you doing that. Hope you're doing well tonight. What you working on? What you doing? Lexi just finished eating dinner. Excellent. And remind me, you had stuffed shells. How were they? Jessi got to chapter 3 in the Pirate Lord book. Chapter 1, I'm not gonna lie, was fun. That girl is like, she's badass. She just does not play. She is passionate. I mean, there's a lot of flaw. I mean, not a lot. There are some character flaws, but Home Fry is a badass, and I love her. In Assassin's Blade, the first story. Yeah. So the way this one's broken down, in case you haven't looked at it yet or don't know, is it's 5 parts, I think. Yeah. So there's the assassin and the pirate lord, the assassin and the healer, the desert, the underworld, and the empire. So I might break them down. I might do it a couple of different ways just for people that like to read chunks at a time. I might, in the chapter breakdown, I might do it like, if you read, it should, take you X amount of time to read part 1, part 2, part 3. And then I may break it down by day over the next 2 weeks, which should be about 30 pages a day. So essentially like part 1 in like 2-ish days, part 2 in probably 3 days, like that. But we'll see how it breaks down. It's not going to be even, which kind of makes me a little twitchy, but we'll figure it out. Lexi says, hey, but not having a car payment is nice. It is. And my car payment's not that high, and I'm paying it off in June or July anyway, just from the minimum payments that I'm making. But my interest rate is only 4%, 4.5%. But I have cards that are higher interest rate than that. But like, it's weighing like what's more important, to pay the higher interest. And I don't want to make this necessarily a money conversation, but just quickly, like, do you pay off the things that have the highest minimum payments every month? Do you pay off first what's the highest interest? Do you pay off first what's the lowest balance? And it's like, everybody says all 3 ways are right, and it's just kind of what fits you. So what fits me is lowest balance first, just because I can see the progress. But freeing up $500 a month also feels equally amazing. So, and I got a bonus at work, and it's just sitting in my savings account. So I think it was very much like a, what do you call that? Like a impulse thing, where I was like, oh, I'll just pay it off. But then I was like, it's only 4% interest. So long term, it's not really, it's not a bit more or less beneficial. So, and then it's like, do I want to, take that much out of my savings right now, when I could do, kind of leave it and let it pay off stuff like as I go on that's higher interest. So I don't know. It's a dance that makes my head spin, but I think I did just to say, don't act on the impulsive decision or the impulsive thoughts, and we'll just do it the way I was doing it before because it's working and it makes sense in my brain. So anyway, and then don't get any more debt. Period. Mary's at 33%. Considering DNFing, I'm tired of the effing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was in a really tough spot about a month ago where I was like, nothing just is catching my brain. Like, it's just not my brain. It's like not catching my interest. And I just picked a genre that I love and it worked out. But I also took a couple days break and didn't read. But yeah, you've DNF'd a few, and I can understand you being tired of effing, tired of the effing. Jessi says it started off fine, not totally grabbing me yet, but only reading 2 chapters isn't much, right? Jessi did some. She did do some of those characters dirty. She did, and I'm not happy about it. One in particular, I'm not happy about, but oh well. What do you do? Lexi says she also captured Shelby during the sprint and cut her nails, much to her displeasure. I bet so. I need to cut Charlie's hind leg thumbnails, and I was looking at him last night, and he was already side-eyeing me and whining and whimpering, and I'm like, oh Lord, this is going to be a fun time. Lexi says they never finished making the Divergent movies, which is fine with her because she hated the ending of Allegiant. Still a good book, but it made me angry. Lexi said her dinner was amazing. She loves ricotta, so stuffed shells are a good compromise instead of making lasagna, because I for sure can never cut that recipe right. I like lasagna with cottage cheese instead of ricotta. It depends on if you want to do snowball or avalanche. Yeah. And like I said, like both ways are right, depending on your situation and what your goals are. And that's the hard thing. Like there's no right answer, but there's also no wrong answer. So it's, I just finally had to settle on one. And I just said, I'm just going to do smallest to largest. And the thing is, like, I'm old school. I do a spreadsheet, and like I paid off my Best Buy card last month, a couple weeks ago, and I just resorted smallest to largest. And I will say that makes me happy to resort it, because then things shift and I'm like, okay, I am making progress on some of this. So, but yeah, I had it ready to hit send. And then I texted my husband. I was like, call me when you get in the car, because he's out having dinner with some coworkers. And then I was like, stop it. You know, you're doing the right thing. You're doing what you know you want to do. Just chill. But anyway, Denise got to page 7, but I want the hardback set at Target for $82.60. See, okay, so Jessi and I were talking about that. Are you talking about Throne of Glass? It's that price at my Target too, and it's like almost 50% off. And I definitely forgot to go over the weekend to look for it. So I probably need to just order it online, because then I'll know I'll get it before that sale goes off. But yes, I have the same price at my Target too. I was so excited to see that, but then I just went and bought the paperback from Barnes. So, yeah. Lexi says what's really helped her is watching Financial Audit. Oh, okay. I'll have to take a look at that. Okay, so chapter 1 was pretty decent. She's already like on a rampage. Homegirl is loyal to her friends, and I'm here for it. So, let's get into sprint number 2. I did not update my quote, so we will still delight in the little things. And yeah. Happy sprinting. See you in 45. All right, welcome back. I got a few pages into chapter 3. My husband came home from his work dinner and talked to me for a few minutes, and wanted me to ask everyone, what is your favorite grocery store song? He has a playlist on Apple Music called 90s Grocery Store Playlist, and is looking to add some songs. So he had to head back out to do something at the bank, but I told him that I would put a poll up and see what everybody thought. He has quite the list going. I am actually really liking this book so far. I know I'm like just a few chapters in, but there's been a couple of times where I've chuckled. I'm really interested to see how this story progresses to where we started out in Throne of Glass and her being a prisoner. She seems very like confident, like overly confident. So maybe she just got herself in trouble by having too big of an ego. I don't know that to be true. I'm just saying, but I'm liking it so far. The chapters are a little longer than in the other two, but that's a me problem. That's not a story problem. But yeah, let me know how you guys did, what you guys got up to. So Lexi, I looked up this, and it's not who I thought. I mean, I've seen this guy before, but I thought it was going to be someone like suits and serious. And I like I've seen his shorts on like Instagram and stuff, and he rips into people like hardcore. So I'm going to have to take a different perspective on his videos and watch a few before I completely just say he's not my jam. But I looked him up on YouTube. He posts 3 episodes a week, and you were watching while you were eating. So I'll take a look at it and watch a few, like seriously watch a few and see how I do. But thank you for that recommendation. I did go ahead and subscribe, so I'll watch a few and see what happens. Glenda is reminding us that Nicole started sprinting for Vikingathon about an hour ago now, and here's her link if you want to pop over and say hi. Ryan joined us. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Fell asleep on the couch and will start reading soon before bed. Perfect. What are you reading? Are you reading this with us, or are you reading something different? Ryan, hello to Ryan from Mary and from Glenda. Mary got to 64% in, I'm going to try to, Sounds of Yesterday. Are you feeling less DNF-y this time? Or is it coming around? Lexi cleaned up the kitchen, did some editing, and read a few pages. Awesome. Jessi is on chapter 5, but that is between randomly falling asleep. So I think that is my reading done. Perfect. Your rest needs to come first for you this week. So you are totally fine. I will probably get there in this last sprint. So yeah, you just rest. Lexi says he does get taken out of context in some shorts, and he does get permission for all the roasting and jokes he does. Oh, okay. All right, good. I mean, I've seen a few that are hilarious. And then I've seen a few where it almost feels staged. But then I've seen a few where I'm like, oh no, like that was a little, but you're right. I'm just seeing reels and shorts. I'm not really seeing the context behind a lot of it. Ryan is reading Eureka Street. Historical fiction set in Belfast. Buddy reading it with my friend for our trip. Yay! Oh, I'm so excited for your trip. I can't wait to hear about it. Mary says she's still going to DNF. I am over the swearing. See, I don't mind swearing, but if it's swearing for swearing's purposes, that's not okay either. Same thing with like smut. Like that's one of my issues I have with Verity. It's like the spicy parts didn't fit the plot. They didn't fit the story. They were just there just to be there. But yeah, if it's too much, or if it's just out of context, or just there just to be there, it needs to go away. Shelby came out of hiding, but probably only to eat. That's what our cat does. Our long-haired cat will come out of hiding just to eat or to bother people. Lexi says, yeah, he talks to these people ahead of time. They do pre-show talks where people tell him what's off limits to talk about. Oh, interesting. Okay. But he's actually giving you like decent financial advice. Shelby's still mad that Lexi cut her nails. Yeah, they do that. Charlie gets mad at me for a couple days after too. But then he realizes like I'm his person, and he's like, he comes around. I'm sure Shelby does the same thing. She eventually comes around. And if you guys did not catch Lexi's, I about said Vixen-a-thon, Viking-a-thon sprints last night. They were late last night. At least check out the first chatty bit, because Ellie is the perfect dragon. Dinosaur. The perfect dragon. And you guys need to check out her costume. Hi, Shauna. How are you? How's it going? I had the honor of joining Shauna's sprints last week, and it made me so happy because I haven't seen her sprint in a while, and it was such a great time. Saturday, I think that was, right? Lexi says he just gives me motivation to pay stuff down. Okay, fair. We all need that, right? Lexi says, it will be shared in the Discord eventually, just waiting for Anna to set up where she wants everyone to consult me. Oh, that's right. That's right. Because Ellie's doing the pick your prompt thing. Or face the dragon. Oh my God, I love that. Face the dragon. That is such a perfect. And Ellie is like, you use her so much to pick your book sometimes. Like, it's so fun. So that's like the perfect way to get her involved. I love it. Face the dragon. That's perfect. All right. I think we'll do one last sprint. Let me pop that on before I forget. We'll do one more 45 in just a few minutes. And that will be our last sprint for the day. I feel like that went by really fast. And it's not as late as I expected it to be. Probably because Jessi's not on here and I'm awkward and there's no conversation. Oh, I mean, there's not. I didn't mean it like that. I meant like on-screen conversation. After the first chatty bit, I was like, I'm so awkward without Jessi here and without Corey here. But it's all good. I know y'all don't care. People said they wanted more Ellie content, so I'm delivering. And it's such a perfect way to deliver. Like, dress up like a dragon, pick your prompts. Like, it's perfect. There will be a compilation in a month of every dragon appearance. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So fun. So fun. All right. Lexi, how's the snow there too, by the way? I know you said it was snowing yesterday and cold. Hopefully you guys didn't get too much. Mary says you do fine. Thanks. I love it. I just feel like I'm awkward sometimes. Shauna says it was so nice to be back in sprints. I love it. I bet. When I was gone for a while too, the first time I came back, I was like, it feels so nice to be back and be on the other side sometimes. Lexi said it melted. It's still cold, but it melted by 4 today because of the sun. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. We're supposed to get down to 29 tonight, which last week we were in the 80s. So it's hard to be back that cold when it was so beautiful last week. But oh well. And that's here we call what we had last week full spring, because it's not really spring, and like people get fooled into thinking like it's time to plant your garden, it's time to mow your grass, like all the things. And then the next week it's like freezing again. So we probably have 2 more weeks of this like second winter. And then we'll be actually in spring mode come April. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. During the last sprint, Shauna is going to be reading A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. Awesome. Lexi says 2 days ago we were at 70 and today it's 20. Holy mother. Yeah, I think over the weekend, well, Saturday, it was in the 70s. Right now it's 40. But it'll get down to like 28, 29 tonight. I'm not excited about that, but it's all good. It is what it is. All right, let's hop into our last sprint and we'll make it count. My goal is to get to chapter 5. I think I said we were supposed to read to chapter 5. Let me make sure. Yep. So my goal is to get to chapter 5 in this last sprint. Hopefully I can do it. Hopefully I won't get distracted and can do it. Perfect. All right. Make it count. I'm going to reset this and I will see you guys all in 45. Happy sprinting. Ugh. All right, welcome back. I got to chapter 5. Yeah, I got chapter 5, and I'm still having a good time with it. So I don't know that I'll necessarily read. I probably will do just a chapter a day between sprints, just so that I know, because I know that I'll focus on this during sprints. But I also didn't love being so far behind in Crown of Midnight. So I'll probably prioritize reading at least a couple of chapters every day between Tuesday and Thursday, and Thursday and Tuesday on the off days, just so that I don't stay super far behind. But I also am in the middle of creating something for MAASVerse that I didn't tell Jessi about yet, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And I'll share it in the Discord when I'm done. Probably well, I might can get it done tonight. But definitely tomorrow. All right, let's see how everyone else did. I'm going to go ahead and close focus so we don't have to worry about that anymore. I updated my Goodreads for The Last Letter and The Lincoln Lawyer and Assassin's Blade. So yeah, that's pretty productive 45 minutes. All right, we ended up talking about the weather and how flipping cold it is now. Denise says we finally get to know how Sam is in his first story. And I have to tell you, Denise, I love him. I'm glad I already know his, and I'm glad I already know the end result for him, because I can emotionally prepare myself for it. But I love him right now. So let me know how you're feeling about him. But I think he is so fun and like the perfect fit for Selena, and I'm here for it. And then Denise is asking or saying she was 16 years old in Assassin's Blade and 18 years old in the first story. So did Throne of Glass so when Throne of Glass takes place, she was in the mines for 2 years. And that's actually a question I wrote down also. Like, she was in the mines for a maximum of 2 years. I thought she was 17, but if she's 18, like, how long was she a prisoner? I think that's a question that we'll probably find out by the end, obviously, but that was definitely a question I wrote down too. And then the other question I wrote down is, why can't anyone know her identity? And she sort of answers that in the next few pages after I asked that, I wrote down that question. But yeah, I hope we find, well, I guess we will find out just exactly how long she was in the mines in the prison before they brought her back, before they went and got her back out. Shauna read 45 pages, but is falling asleep, so I'm stopping for tonight. Thanks for the sprints. I hope that you have a great sleep. My favorite saying that I've heard around the YouTube internet is sleep sweet. So I definitely hope you sleep sweet and are cozy and have a fantastic evening. Glenda's saying goodnight to Shauna. Have a good sleep and take care. Lexi got to chapter 6. Awesome. Jessi read nothing, closed her eyes, and enjoyed some quiet time around the house for a change. I love that. I'm so glad that you were able to do that. You definitely need the rest. Good timing for the sprint ending. Time for my next round of double antibiotics. Oof. Less emotional damage than Crown of Midnight. So far, that's correct. And I think that's kind of the pace that we'll see, right? We're finding out like her assassin jobs from each of those 5 situations. And I think, like, we had talked about at one point, like, hopefully Assassin's Blade is a breather from Crown of Midnight, because Crown of Midnight, there was a lot of up and down, up and down, and up and down. And I love that, but like, you need a breather. And I think that's what this is going to bring us. And I think it's going to be solid in its own right. I can see why people want to read it first, but I also like the placement of it, the way we're doing it, as a breather before Air of Fire. So good looking out. Jessi said, I thought she was there for just over a year. Yeah, that's kind of where I feel like this story is going to take us. Like, my assumption is that at the end of that, she probably will be imprisoned at the end of The Assassin and the Empire, or The Assassin and the Empire, or at the end of The Underworld, and The Assassin and the Empire may feed us into her imprisonment and what her experience was there. But I don't know. That's just my guess, but I was thinking that those 4 or 5 stories could take place over a year-ish. Casey says, thank you for the sprints. Almost made it to 50% in one book. Nice. Good job. And Denise says, we meet Sam. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. And I mean, we are introduced to Sam pretty early on in this book. And I really like him. I like him a lot, actually. I think he's really good for her. So I'm excited to keep reading this one, and I'm excited to keep talking about this one, because I think we're gonna get a lot of backstory on people that maybe not everybody from Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, but people from her past. I bet we'll get backstory on her relationship with what was that guy's name? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. That's too far back. I bet we will get backstory on Warwick Farron at some point. The crime lord from Crown of Midnight. And Wesley. I bet we'll hear more about Wesley. Yeah, I bet there will be a lot of returning characters in Assassin's Blade that we just got sneak peeks of in Crown of Midnight. So that'll be fun. Oh yes, I didn't even think about that. Backstory on Archer. And Denise is on chapter 3, page 21. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, so Sam is there, and then yeah, chapter 3 and 4 are pretty fun. So I think I like their banter too. I like that they're like sassy with each other. Yeah, I really like them a lot. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you're reading it, I hope you guys are enjoying it too. But I'm excited to have this breather between Crown of Midnight and Air of Fire, because I just have this feeling that Air of Fire is going to be intense also. So we'll see. All right. I think I'm going to wrap things up. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. Remember that you are beautiful, you are unique, and you are loved. I think we can all use a reminder of that sometimes. And we will see you Thursday, hopefully on Jessi's channel if she's feeling better. If not, we may transition to mine. I'm good either way. My main priority is making sure she's feeling better and up to it. So we'll let you guys know. I guess at the latest, probably Thursday morning, if things need to change, but for right now, we'll be on her channel on Thursday at 7:30. And otherwise, keep reading, keep posting in the Discord. I definitely am going to, because I'm excited about this one. And we'll see you on Thursday. Let me pop these last few in here. Hugs from Jessi and to Jessi. We will see. Yeah, just let me know. I'm good either way, but I mean, like I said, my priority is making sure that you're feeling okay and up to it. So just let me know. We'll continue on regardless of whose channels we need to bop over to. I'm sure I'll need you at some point in the next year and a half. Glenda says, thanks for hosting. Have a good week. See you and Jessi on Thursday. Absolutely. And feel better soon. And with that, we are going to end. I will see you guys on Thursday for sure. Bye.